Chapter 1-4, Powers and Exponents. Before we get into today's lesson, it's important to go over the vocabulary. The base is the main number that we will be using. The exponent is the raised number. This tells us how many times we have to use the base. If we write the problem out long way, we will be using factors. And finally, powers are the numbers that we will be using that have exponents. So let's look at the first example. Write 3 times 3 times 3 times 3 as an exponent and solve. Now as you can see, the number that's repeated is 3. The number of times that it was written was 4. So I wrote a 3 and then I wrote 4 down as its exponent. Now it's time to solve. I went back and rewrote the 3 times 3 times 3 times 3, but I used parentheses to make it into two smaller problems. As you can see, I turned both 3 times 3's into 9, which makes my problem much easier. Now I just have to do 9 times 9, which is 81. Now let's go to our next example. Write 4 to the 5th power as a product of the same factor and solve. What we want to do is use the base number 4. That's the number we're going to need. The exponent is 5. That tells me I have to write the number 5 times. So far my answer is 4 times 4 times 4 times 4 times 4. Now it's time to solve it. I break up the 4's into two separate problems because I know 4 times 4 is 16. I've reduced the problem now to 16 times 16 times 4. 16 times 16 is 256. I take that number, multiply it by the remaining 4, and my final answer is 1024. Last, we're going to work on writing the prime factorization of a number, in this case 24. I automatically thought of a math problem where the answer was 24, so I branched out the numbers 6 and 4. The next step was breaking down the 6 and the 4, because neither one of those numbers are prime. 6 is the same as 2 times 3, and 4 is the same as 2 times 2. At the bottom, I've written the prime factorization. 2 times 2 times 2 times 3. Because the 2 is written 3 times, I can write it as a 2 to the 3rd power times 3, shortening my answer. Today was your lesson on powers and exponents. Any questions or concerns or comments that you have, please contact me. You can reach me by email or through my website.